A common convention that we used of indie bands is the location convention. This is where we used two locations. We used a studio setting with the whole band and another location of the lead singer elsewhere. This is a common feature, especially in the Kooks videos. For example, Always Where I Need to Be, they have a studio shot and other shots with the lead singer in the city. Also, in the Kooks Shine On, the band are in one room and the lead singer is isolated by himself in another. This shows that we use an indie pop convention of using two locations.
We believe that our products also use the conventions of real media text through the use of colour. In both editing of our film and our ancillary tasks, we change the colouring of the images. In the ancillary tasks, we desaturated colours partially to give them a colder tone. We felt that this makes the images more similar to some that we'd seen of the Kooks and also of other indie bands such as One Night Only. Hopefully, by complying with these conventions, our media text will attract the same target audience. We also desaturated the band's performance shots slightly. However, we changed the sepia level on the lead singer and acoustic guitarist studio shots by tinting them slightly. This gave them a warmer tone, contrasting greatly with the cold band shots and emphasising the importance of the lead singer. We left the narrative shots uncovered to distinguish between the narrative and performance. This is a technique used in the video for Always Where I Need to Be by the Kooks. The cold studio shots with the more blue tones contrast against the completely desaturated black and white narrative and the slightly warmer shots of the band together in a park. This range of colouring, due to the different effects, plays on the audience's emotions, e.g. the cold studio shots have a sadder tone. This draws the audience in, sustaining their attention and making them watch till the end, as they want to see if there's a reason for the colour choices and if it's made clear in both the narrative and performance.
Another convention that we use is the mise-en-scène convention, which is where on our digipack, the front and back cover, the band were in fairly relaxed, unstaged poses, and our chosen location was similar to the posters and album covers of the Kooks. For example, on the Inside In, Inside Out cover, the band are together but are relaxing in a room. They take a normal group of boys and place a kooky feel to it. We use this idea of adding an edge to our digipack through the posing and location of our front and back cover.
We use the conventions of real text further when deciding on costumes for the actors. From previous research into the Kooks and other indie bands such as You Me at Six, One Night Only and Arctic Monkeys, we'd concluded that generic indie look is jeans, generally skinny, t-shirts often stripy and denim or leather jackets. This conclusion is reinforced in the Kooks video Ooh La, in which the main singer is depicted in a leather jacket, stripy top and dark skinny jeans. It was from our research that we made the decisions we did about our costumes. We decided to get the actors to dress in this way, wearing skinny jeans, t-shirts, stripy if they owned them, and leather jackets if possible. We thought though we had specified this as the outfits, each actor still looked different, something we had hoped for as it adds to the kooky, unique image that we wanted to depict. By complying with these conventions, we hope to meet the aesthetic needs of the audience. We didn't want to challenge the look too much, as aesthetics are often an important part of the audience's demands. If it doesn't look attractive, meeting their particular needs, they are less likely to watch or engage with the media text.
One of the developments we made was on our digipack on the front and back cover. We used the same colours and mise-en-scène as the Kook products, but developed it further by splitting the images up and by creating borders in between images. This gives it a kookier feel and moves it away from mainstream media, creating and attracting its niche market of a more indie audience, which we found in our research the audience demand and expect from a Kook product.
Another way in which we develop the conventions in our digipack is through the insert. The photos are taken in the same kind of style as some of the photos in their digipack of individual band members, yet we've developed them by taking photos of the band members with their instruments against a white backdrop so that they are the only thing in the shot, making them the focus as all the attention is on them. We also completely desaturated the photos, making them black and white, increasing the contrast and exposure levels. We feel that this gave the images a more striking look, meeting the audience desires, as it is separating the band from other mainstream artists, giving it a more kooky, eccentric feel.
Another development was the video editing. We used the same technique of splitting the images up and focusing on certain instruments or parts of the band. For example, close-up shots of the lead singer lips or close-ups of the acoustic guitar being strummed. We did this in our digipack as well. This created links and made it a product as a whole, but also separated our video from mainstream media and its conventions. We also did this by feathering the edges of our clips. This used normal clips and made them slightly unusual, therefore reflecting the indie genre and developing the kooky theme of something classed as normal with a kooky edge.
To develop the look of the poster, we thought about different effects we could use. We wanted it to be different from the CD cover, yet still fit in with the video, as well as attracting and meeting an audience's needs. We decided to take a photo in the same style as the CD cover, but then chroma key it. We made the actors stand amongst trees in casual poses so that we could get a variety of shots. Having them in this location standing allowed us to take longer shots, which showed the sky and trees above them, giving us space to put the text. When chroma keying it, we used a completely desaturated layer over a coloured one. We then erased the jumpers of 2 of the actors so they were the original colour. This made the actors stand out more. We feel that this developed the generic conventions, as other posters we've seen for the Kooks and other indie bands are either black and white or coloured, so by combining the 2 we created a poster that looked unique in its own way. This was our intention, as we wanted to have the same kooky, different feel to it as the CD cover, without having to use the same technique and effect. By varying the techniques used over our video and digipack, we hope to engage and sustain the attention of the target audience.
We challenged narrative conventions of indie music videos as our narrative relays a story that relates to the lyrics. For example, we took the lyrics "Why'd you bite the hand that feeds you?" and shot a clip of the 2 characters fighting, as this betrays the meaning of the lyrics.
Why do you bite the hand that feeds you? Why do you bite the hand that feeds?
Whereas most narratives in indie music videos don't relate to the lyrics, or the narrative doesn't play such a big part, whereas in our video it was half performance and half narrative. Also, narratives in indie music videos are often played in real time or are a montage of sped up clips, such as in the Kooks video Do You Wanna, where they show quick shots of the city and the bright lights. We have challenged this by using quick shots of slowed down clips, which emphasises the conflict between the 2 characters, therefore challenging editing conventions, in particular speed.
As well as challenging conventions through our use and prominence of narrative, we also challenged it through the moral side of the narrative we chose. Our narrative portrayed what we thought the song was about. Unlike some of the Kooks videos, we attempted to depict a serious matter. The video for Shine On by the Kooks is based around a girl sleeping in a flat with a leak whilst the lead singer tears her books apart. The video for She Moves in Her Own Way follows the band on a holiday. These light-hearted, more trivial narratives are very different to the plot we decided to attempt. By choosing a more serious subject, we challenged the general conventions of their texts. However, I feel that this worked. Our plot focused on an insecure girl who felt pressures from the media around her to be like the skinny models she saw in magazines. In our video, the audience sees her doing her hair, makeup and looking at her body whilst getting increasingly frustrated and upset. This connotes that she isn't happy with her body image, something that many of the audience will be familiar with. The girl feels insecure. According to YouTube statistics, our main target audience lies in females aged 13 to 24 and males aged 18 to 24 in the UK. With the high media coverage of models and skinny celebrities, as well as the recurring debates about what size is healthy and size 0, it's teenage girls that feel the pressure into conforming to images in magazines. According to the BBC, about 5% of teenage girls in the UK suffer from anorexia. Because of this high numbers of people insecure about how they look, we felt that, though different from other conventional Kooks videos, our video would still attract an audience and meet its needs, as many of them could relate to the characters, either through the insecurity of the girl or the frustration of the boy who doesn't understand why she feels that way.